I'll start it. Credit to NC State. I thought we grabbed the momentum there. Just told our guys, awesome group to coach, tough group, don't stop playing. They got it done tonight. We didn't, plain and simple. I thought we grabbed that momentum. I thought Fritton was really, really good. I thought Halleck had good stuff. Off speed, not that great. And NC State's a team that if you can't locate an off speed pitch, they'll make you pay, which they did towards the end. And our bullpen's been so good. Ryan Lynch has been so good. It happens. I told him same thing. Recover, move on, be ready to go on Sunday on Mother's Day and for the series.
Did you not want to use McDuffie 2 straight days?
You know what? Everybody recovers different. I didn't want to use them. I considered using them, but I just made the decision we weren't using McDuffie today.
What was the offensive plan going into tonight with Fritton?
Just grind it out. I mean, he's good, man. He's got right on it. Left-handed, 92, 95, up to 96. He's improved his composure, his poise. And we got some guys on. We couldn't strike anything, solid. And then Vandy got the big 2-run home run, and that changed the momentum quickly. And I felt really good. Like after we made it 4-2, I had a really good feeling, and had a really good feeling there up until the end. Even when they went up by 3, I thought we'd manage a way to get the tie and run there and find a way to come back. It just didn't work out for us.
Especially with some single elimination games coming up in the postseason, how important is that ability to force a hard starter like that out with a big hit?
Yeah, I mean, if he throws a complete game and we just go away in that game 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, they don't have to use Nance. They don't have to use Hebner, whoever they used at the end. I can't remember who it is, but they're two best relievers. So it does matter, and it matters on Sunday. And, at the end of the day, most of the time, the team that pitches and defends the best wins the game, and I thought they did that a little bit better than we did today.
You can get a momentum, and you got to hit by pitch on the leadoff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough.
It's no good. But you still got to make the next pitch. We talk to our team all the time. When something like that happens, get the next guy out. Because if you get that next guy out, your chances of giving up a big inning are really, really slim. And you have to score anyway, right there, even though the game's tied. So if they do happen to score 1 run, I mean, you got to score 1 run to win. So it was just that crooked number that hurt us there. We gave up 2 of them. 2-3 spots, right? Is that right? Mm-hmm. And it's hard to overcome that when you face a good team with good pitchers.
You had a mound meeting with Ryan in that inning. You didn't take him out. Was it more to talk about maybe prepping for a bunt defense, or what did you say to him?
No, just trying to slow him down, encourage him. I've been coaching long enough. I don't believe in any negativity in a game. It doesn't do any good. Our players aren't going to play the game the wrong way. They're going to play the game the right way. They're all giving effort. And I played. So whenever you make a mistake, you sure didn't try to make the mistake. So really, as a coach, it's enforcing positivity. Hey, man, make the next pitch. Be bought into this pitch. And really, he had pretty good stuff. The inning we gave up the 1 run. Carter bobbled the ball that was hit off the end, and then they hit another ball off the end. So we felt really good about sending Ryan back out there because he's been in that position. That's kind of how we've been piggybacking these guys. But I'll go back and look at that, and we'll see if in the next situation comes the same thing. Will I make the same decision or I won't?
It felt like Aiden was rough inning, good inning.
Yeah.
Rough inning, good inning. How do you get him back consistent?
His fastball is as good as it's been all season. It was electric. But he's had his changeup most every single time that he's pitched really well. And it's been a swing and miss pitch. I thought the curveball was a little bit better than the changeup. And again, I'd have to go back and watch because it's hard to see exactly where those pitches are. Sometimes you say something and you go back and watch, and the pitches were pretty good pitches, and the hitter did a really good job of getting a swing off on a good pitch. But everybody gets caught up in velocity, but the easiest pitch to hit is the heater. And if you don't have something to go with it and you can't locate to keep hitters off that pitch, it can be in for a long day against any good offense in the ACC. I also feel like we had some 2-strike pitches that were just mistakes, and we didn't make them. And when you don't make them, good teams make you pay for them.
So you're close?
He is getting close, yeah. I don't think he's game ready. He's got to hit off the machine with some velocity. But today was probably the first day that he looked like he had his normal bat speed, and now we just got to see how the hand reacts to that 94, 95. But he's been working. I do think he's pretty close.
Scott, along the lines of what Tommy's asking you about Aiden, like where would you say your confidence is with him right now? Because I think it's like 3 starts that have been sort of less than ideal. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Where's your confidence with him? Where do you think his confidence is?
I think his confidence is high. My confidence is extremely high.
Gotcha.
Virginia Tech, that was just one of those, you know. I still think he had really good stuff. I thought he was extremely aggressive. But again, you know, unless you're Jake Knapp and you have that type of fastball, which not many, I don't know if anybody does in this league, you have to have your off-speed pitch, and he didn't have that changeup. So we'll get that changeup back, but man, he's been one of our best, and we're going to keep rolling him out there.
Is that one of the common themes maybe from the last couple times he's gone out where the off-speed hasn't been there for him? Is there a common thread that you've seen as you've looked into it?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I thought he was, I know they got the 1 run, but I thought his stuff top to bottom today was really good. The changeup was coming out of his hand good. It just was a ball, usually right out of the hand. And I'd have to go back and look, but that's probably the most common thing. Aiden has to pitch, you know, and he's not a fastball challenge guy right down the middle. So he's, you know, all of a sudden that fastball spiking like that, you try to be who you're not. So we'll just get him back to giving and taking a little bit more. And I say giving and taking, that's changing speeds.
Was the decision to bring in the Folger and Chewy for Sosa just purely based on splits?
No, not just, his splits are about even. I thought, Folger looked really good, put him away really quick, and I thought Chewy was about to put him away really quick and threw a nasty slider, 0-1, and then threw literally a slider just came out early and right down the middle, which can happen. Again, he wasn't trying to make that mistake, but he'll learn from it, make a better one next time. But I like both those guys against lefties.
With the day off, it's sort of like maybe a College World Series
Yeah,
setup.
it is.
I mean, so what do you do tomorrow with everything that's going on?
Yeah, we're going to meet at 1 o'clock. We'll move around a little bit, hit a little bit. You know, we don't know who they're starting. It was TBA. But, you know, it allows our guys a day to recover. Everybody's going to – I told our guys, like, you know, this is a super regional type weekend, and it's awesome. Mother's Day on Sunday is going to be a beautiful day. We'll maximize tomorrow. We'll recover. We'll make sure we're nutritionally sound, and we'll be ready. That's for sure.
Anything in the back of your mind to keep Seagraves in a little bit longer?
Man, he was on 2 days rest. You know, he's not a really big kid, so I want to take care of him. He's a max effort kid. But I tell you what, he's really emerging too as a guy, and we need another guy. And, he is extremely aggressive. He's extremely competitive. And I can see us using him even more down this stretch run, which we need to have somebody like that. And he's got weapons, so that was really, really good to see.
Go ahead.
What do you think contributed to that 3-run ninth inning for State?
You know what? Leadoff batter on. And then again, the slider today for Lynch, when he couldn't land it, he's still throwing 95, and they just put good swings on him.
What's the message? Like Tommy's saying, you got the day off. Like, I mean, is there any sort of particular thing you're leaving these guys with tonight, since you're not turning around and playing tomorrow afternoon?
You know what? After wins, you say a little. After losses, you shouldn't say much at all. We talk about being process-oriented. Take your shower and move on. It's not the last game of the season. Right. Again, it's just that's my message was, hey, how would we respond if this was a super? Right? I mean, you had all the momentum. It looks like, hey, we're going to find a way to win this game. We tied up 5-5, but we didn't. So if you feel sorry for yourself, you're not doing what we talk to you about all the time. You take that shower, you move on, and I always remind them the year LSU won, the game 2 they lost 24-4 to Florida, and they came back and beat Florida the next day. So that's just the game of baseball. Everybody's really, really good, and I think the teams that can do that and not get too high or too low have a better chance to win when they go to those game 3s for sure.
Yeah, not let it linger.
No, heck no. Yeah, like this time of year, man, we have an unbelievable group. They work their tails off. They're a pleasure to coach. There's nothing to get on them about. I mean, that's the type of group they are. They're going to play hard. They're not trying to make mistakes. So if anything, this time of year, if you have any feel, and I hope I have a little bit, it's hey, stay the course. And, you know, the fear of failure is a powerful thing And I want our guys to play free, and I want them to have a blast playing and go after it and have no fear. And you do that when you're prepared and you work hard, and that's what these guys do. So if anything, tomorrow we'll get them in there at 1 o'clock. We'll have some fun. Talk very little about that game, just a couple defensive miscues that we have to correct and get them out of here. And I'll tell them if their families are in town to make sure that they spend time with their families. Don't miss the moment. And we'll wake up Sunday morning, have a pregame meal, and tee it up at 1 o'clock like we always do.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, can you just take us through the homer and the momentum shift there? It was the last. You were the last batter that Fritton saw.
Yeah, I mean, Fritton was obviously really, really good today. He had his stuff going, pretty much throwing everything for a strike. And when he's going like that, it's a tough at bat. And sometimes what it takes is Kepley gets on base and it's one swing from one of us, and that's just how it goes. And I happen to be that guy. But I don't know if he was coming out there either way or not, but it was going to come down to somebody making a swing, and it just kind of happened to be me.
How did you guys prep for Fritton? I know Kane told us yesterday you originally thought he was going to start on Friday, and you had a little bit more with the extra weekend to prep for him.
Yeah, just kind of the stuff that we always do. We have our machines. We know the fastball is really, really good, so you have to be on the fastball. And again, when he's landing his off speed like he was tonight, that makes it a lot tougher, and especially the way we hit the fastball last night. But yeah, I mean, we have our process, and we were locked in on what we had to do, and it just a lot of times is tougher than when just talking about it. So.
Did you allow yours? Or
I
you
was
still
say,
going? Keep going.
I would say Carter, Kane, those two guys with speed. One of them
Mm-hmm.
will sometimes, Carter will sometimes hit in front of you. Kane's definitely hitting in front of you.
Yeah.
Just their ability to grab an extra bag. How important is that for you guys?
It's unbelievable. I think the last 2 nights it's obviously really come out with Kep, but he's been doing that all year. I'm just kind of lucky to be the guy that's there behind him. But their ability to just be on base a lot in general, and then once they are on base, they find a way to score pretty much every time.
The left fielder loses that ball for the Wolfpack there, whatever it was, 8th inning, I guess it was. Were you allowing yourself to think there might be some Bosh magic at work here? I mean, they would have been out of the ending if he makes the catch, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you never rule it out. We've seen it too many times. And we just, sometimes it takes a break like that to get back in the game, and that's all it was tonight. And Frenchie got in there, big swing out of him. And, yeah, I mean, sometimes you need one of those, and we got it, and we're able to tie it up. Obviously, didn't hang on to it, but those the sorts of things you need them every once in a while.
We talked with Kep last night about you hitting behind him, from your vantage point, hitting behind him when he's on first or on second.
Mm-hmm.
Your mindset when you know he can steal the base, all you got to get the ball in the grass and he may score. Just talk about having a guy like that in front of you and your mindset when he's on.
Yeah, I mean, when he's on first base, you pretty much expect him to steal second at some point through that at-bat. It's kind of an adjustment that I've had to make. Like, with a guy like that, if you see him take off with a good jump, you kind of tend to shut it down. And I will do that if it's early in the count, but I've had to kind of catch myself taking good pitches when I know he has a bag stolen. But he's going to find a way over there one way or another. Like last night, I think double maybe, and then pass ball, and then he scores on the shallowest fly ball of all time. He's the only guy that's scoring on that play. So he's he's fun to watch out there, and he's stealing every bag and scoring every time he's on base. It's pretty unbelievable.
Is it sort of maddening for you though, trying to?
No, I mean, I love it. I would take that every time. If all of us could run like that, we'd probably score a few more runs.
Coach Forbes talked about you guys trying to make sure you guys are playing free.
Mm-hmm.
As one of the leaders on this team, especially when you have a loss that goes from they had the lead, you guys come back, and then they take the lead again, how do you kind of make sure in that clubhouse that your guys are playing free?
Yeah, I mean, I think we do a pretty good job of that. I think a night like tonight is pretty evident. Like, we're down all day and we're able to come back late. And whether or not we end up winning or losing that game, we know that we have the ability to win it. And that's what I think is important. And going forward, we can kind of learn from that we're never out of a game. And like post-game tonight, like obviously it's a quiet locker room. Everybody's, we're not happy that we lose that game, but we do know that coming back Sunday is important, and we've done it all year.
Going towards the postseason, how big is it to just have that confidence that you guys can not just win a game like you did yesterday, but win, you may have the ability to come back and win a late one?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything. I think that it doesn't matter who you're playing or what kind of game you're in. We have the ability to get right back into a game in an inning in a couple of at-bats. And when you know that you have that ability, it kind of allows you to have that freedom that you're talking about.
Aiden has had some lights-out starts this season, obviously. The last 2 or 3 haven't been his best. What would you say, just from your vantage point as a guy who's seen a ton of baseball, what do you think maybe isn't working for him right now that had been, maybe a month and a half ago? I mean, what have you seen change for him maybe?
I mean, I don't know if I've necessarily seen anything change, and I'm not the biggest pitching guy to break that sort of thing down. I think that he really, really battled tonight, and I think he's just as confident as ever, which is the biggest thing for a guy like that. And we know how good he can be and how good he has been this year. So I don't think I've necessarily seen anything change. I think he had some tough breaks tonight, honestly, and that sort of thing can kind of change your outing.
So you haven't, like you said, you haven't sensed any loss of confidence?
No,
or anything?
no, not one bit.
Was there anything in particular that went wrong in that 9th inning? And what was your guys' mindset then going into the bottom of the inning?
I mean, you can I guess point a couple things out, but we were gonna have to score a run anyway if we wanted to win that game, and that's kind of what we talked about coming in. Get a guy on base. Stokely makes a good swing on that. The kid obviously made an unbelievable play, but all it takes is a couple of swings and you're tied back up. So I mean, whether we're down 1 or tied or down 3, it doesn't necessarily change. You're gonna have to go get guys on base and get them in regardless.
Can I ask what the necklace stands for?
Sure. My grandpa's nickname was Doc, and he gave me this necklace way back in the day, and it doesn't come off.